What's going on, guys? Robby rolling here. We're going to be talking about the velocity enhancing move. If you have no idea what that is, I'd encourage you to find the video that I did on it. Did a whole explainer. Try to link it in this screening here, but if not, just search it and yeah, you'll find it. It has more kind of explainers. But obviously, if you follow baseball, you know who these two gentlemen are. We have Cole and we have Scherzer. So both of these guys, obviously top tier at what they do. So this is what I love about both of these guys. They both approach the velocity enhancing move in terms of acceleration and drivers. If you don't know what that is, I'd encourage you to look at that video I did. But they both accomplish the velocity enhancing move extremely well. Just a quick recap on the velocity enhancing move is the ability to delay hand raise, keep hand connection, keep trunk from early rotating, but keep those hips, you confused yet? And then rotate those hips while delaying the trunk. And then as we anchor down into the ground, the hand just climbs up. And it looks like this. Boom. Okay, so like I said, I don't want to spend too much time explaining the actual move, but just want to showcase these two studs that they both do it. And this kind of just is another showcase of what I said in that particular video on watch any high power output pitcher, and they all do this, right? I'm actually really trying hard to find one that doesn't. So if you can find one that actually has, let's say, an early hand raise. So say their hand raise is up here in this position and their foot is in that position, meaning they have room to go before front foot strike and they still throw 100, that would be amazing. So go ahead and comment below. But anyways, this is us. This is the reason why I'm so freaking passionate about this and discovering this, because of multiple layers of this move. Okay. So obviously the basis of it is hand timing. Okay. So the timing of which the hand is going to raise in relation to the front foot anchoring down back into the ground, otherwise known as, whoa, that's not it, front foot strike. So anytime you see me do FFS, it's front foot strike, right? So that is the basis of this whole entire dynamic. Now there's different layers of what are byproducts of this move, okay? So let's just go ahead and showcase it. Front side is going to hold direction, right? The delay essentially of the hand raise, right, is now going to force the trunk not to necessarily counter rotate, but keep posture, right? So, meaning the trunk won't begin its rotation if our hand hasn't raised, right? It might be different if you're a guy that throws submarine. I haven't really looked too much into that, to be completely honest with you. For my submarine guys, I will look into it eventually. But yeah, the trunk won't delay. Okay, we see a lot of guys, and I encourage you to check out some videos I did on the dynamic of the hand raising early, okay, and what that does to the trunk. Early arm raise, I think I called it, so just type that in. So now another, like I said, little tiny benefit, a little branch of benefit is the trunk posture, essentially keeping posture, right? So it doesn't early rotate because the hand is early. If we have early trunk rotation, we'll have pushy arm action and potentially late hip rotation. And I say potentially because that's not necessarily a staple. This is where I want to do some more research on this, because all of these videos that I'm going to be doing on the screening of this move, these guys do an incredible job at hip rotation on time. Okay. Now, that's more so segmented than the trunk rotation, right? Because I think trunk rotation is more so to do with the timing of the hand than anything. I think hip rotation is a motor control pattern. That's something that you need to train. If you want more on that, be sure to check out my videos on late hip rotation and how that affects things. So this move, right? Both of these guys do it extremely well. I'll just kind of break it down, what we have at front foot strike. So anchoring into the ground gives us a really good idea of a lot of different things, okay? So we're going to look at hand posture. Connected. So when I say connected, I just mean in relation to the head or the body, right? You don't want to get that hand kind of too far disconnected over here, and you won't necessarily be able to leverage that arm. So with hand connection and with that delay, if you will, of trunk rotation, right? Not necessarily a delay, more of just the delay of the hand. Now we have authentic leverage of the arm coming through. And I don't believe you can have this leverage if you don't have hand connection. And so when I say leverage, I mean that the hip rotation is now completing the throw and the body is pulling the arm through into release. That makes sense? Pulling that arm into release. So remember what I said earlier about if the trunk is premature to rotation, right, then the arm is going to be in a different spot right around here. The hand's going to be right around here since it's already starting to go into the throw. That will lead into a pushy arm action, and you're not maximizing that stretch that we see these two guys have, where the hips are going, the trunk hasn't begun its rotation yet. So now you hold stretch and then release as soon as anchors into the ground. All right. So leveraging arm through the zone. But yeah, that's the move. Okay? It's so interesting to me because it's just literally accelerating into that slot. I mean, that's happening so fast, guys. That move is happening so fast. It's boop, 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 boop. Velo. Enhancer. Telling you. That's it. But as I mentioned a ton of different times, I have a whole slew of videos on these like little mini segments that I've done regarding, like early arm raise, late hip rotation, trail leg hip flexion would be one of them. That's kind of more segmented. What else did I mention? The hand connection. So hand connectivity, that's a whole nother thing. I talk about that in some other breakdown videos, arm connection and how to maximize leveraging that arm. Check it all out. If you haven't yet subscribed, I don't blame you because I post a lot of videos. So if you're a guy that doesn't like getting notified when someone posts a video, I can't blame you, but I don't think we can be friends. All right. Hopefully that is a good visual for this move. And check out me on TikTok because that's where all the kids are at. Now, as you guys know, it's time for me to sign out. I'm doing this on 4th of July, so happy 4th. God bless.